The light hasn't even reached the window yet, and already my mind is running. Before my feet touch the floor, before the coffee is even poured, the worries line up like they've been waiting all night for me to wake so they can start talking. Divine, I come to you in this thin gray hour, before the day has fully arrived, because I don't want to hand my morning over to fear before I've even had the chance to breathe. There is something about mornings that makes the mind believe it must solve everything at once. The unanswered message, the bill that's due, the conversation I've been avoiding, the health scare I haven't told anyone about, the child who won't talk to me, the job that feels shakier every week. Sacred presence, I lay these down in front of you now, not because they've disappeared, but because I am tired of carrying them alone into the light. So let this be a pause, a real one. Let this be the moment before the noise, where I remember that I am not the sum of everything I'm afraid might happen today. We come to you together this morning, every person listening, wherever they are, whatever kept them up last night. Some of us slept in fits, waking every hour with our chest tight. Some of us haven't slept at all, and morning arrived like an ambush rather than a gift. Some of us are afraid of ordinary things, a phone call, a doctor's report, a hard talk with someone we love. Some of us are afraid of nothing we can even name, just a low hum of dread that follows us from room to room. Whatever is weighing on you this morning, let it be spoken here, even silently, even without words. You are not alone in this. We are not alone in this. Great Light, I bring you the specific weight of today, the meeting I'm dreading, because I don't know if I still have a place there, the child I'm sending into a world that sometimes feels too sharp for someone so young. The diagnosis still waiting to be explained, the money that has to stretch further than it wants to. The love I'm afraid is slipping, the friendship gone quiet, the parent growing older in ways I can't stop. I don't bring you a tidy list. I bring you the truth, unpolished and heavy, exactly as it sits in my chest right now. I confess that worry has become a habit I reach for before I even choose it. My mind rehearses disasters that haven't happened. It writes conversations that may never occur. It borrows tomorrow's trouble and drags it into today, and by the time I've had my first sip of coffee, I've already lived through a dozen imagined catastrophes. Source of all things, I am tired of living in futures that don't exist yet. I want to live in this morning, the one right in front of me, the only one I've actually been given. So here, before the day takes its first real breath, I set it down. The fear of not being enough, the fear of losing what I love, the fear that I am behind in life, behind in healing, behind in becoming who I was meant to be. I release the need to control every outcome before it happens. I release the belief that anxiety will somehow protect me from what I dread. It never has. It only steals the peace of the hour I'm actually standing in. Holy Spirit of all things, take what I hand you now. Take the racing thoughts, the tight shoulders, the shallow breath I didn't notice I was holding. Take the guilt for feeling afraid at all, as if fear were a failure rather than simply being human. I don't need to explain myself to you. You already know the whole weight of it. So I stop performing strength I don't feel, and I simply come as I am, tired, uncertain, and willing to be met. This is the heart of my prayer this morning. Fill me with a peace that doesn't depend on knowing how today will go. Let me walk into this day steady, even where the ground still feels unsure beneath me. Grant me the courage to face what frightens me, instead of running from it in my mind all day. Let me remember that I have survived every hard morning that came before this one. Fill this room, this house, this small corner of the world with a stillness that worry cannot shout over. Let me carry your presence into every meeting, every phone call, every quiet moment of doubt that tries to rise in me before noon. Higher power, teach me to meet fear without letting it drive. Let me feel it, because pretending it isn't there has never made it smaller. And let me still choose to move forward anyway. Let courage be less about having no fear, and more about trusting you enough to take the next step regardless. For the ones among us facing something bigger this morning than an ordinary worry, a health result waiting to come back, a marriage on uncertain ground, a job that could disappear, a child struggling somewhere out of our reach. Divine, be especially near to them today. Let them feel, even for a moment, that they are being held by something larger than their fear. Give us clear minds instead of clouded ones. So often anxiety fogs the very thinking we need to solve what's in front of us. Cut through that fog this morning, sacred presence. Let me see my day plainly, without the exaggeration that fear likes to paint over everything. Give us soft hearts instead of guarded ones. It is tempting when frightened to close off, to snap at the people we love, to armor up before we've even left the house. Let me move through today gently, even while afraid, so that my fear doesn't become someone else's wound. Give us steady hands. Let the small tasks of today, the emails, the errands, the difficult conversations, be met with a calm I didn't manufacture myself, but received great light. Remind me that most of what I fear either never happens, or turns out smaller than my mind made it. Remind me that I have a long, quiet history of getting through hard mornings I once thought I couldn't survive. I'm still here. That has to count for something. Let me breathe the way this earth breathes. Slow, unhurried, trusting the sun without needing to command it to rise. The sun doesn't worry whether it will come up. It simply does morning after morning, faithful in a way I want to learn from. Let me borrow a little of that unbothered faithfulness today. Source, when the fear tries to return at 9 a.m., at noon, at the moment I least expect it, and it will try, let me have a way back to this stillness. Let one slow breath be enough to remind me where I've already laid my worry down. Let me not have to fight the same fear over and over, as if I never surrendered it in the first place. Let this morning's peace stretch further than this morning, for those of us managing fear that has followed us for years. Anxiety that has a name, a diagnosis, a history longer than today's troubles. Divine, meet them where they are without judgment. Let this prayer be a companion to whatever support and care they've already found, not a replacement for it. Let them know that seeking help is not a lack of faith, but often exactly how faith moves. I ask too for the people around me today. Let me not carry my fear into their morning. Let me be a calmer presence for my family, my co-workers, the stranger at the counter who might be having a harder day than I know. Let peace be something I can hand to someone else, not just something I hoard for myself. Holy Spirit of all things, thank you for hearing even the parts of this prayer I said out of habit rather than full belief. Thank you for meeting me in the middle of doubt, not only in moments of perfect faith. I don't need to be certain of everything to be held by you. I trust that this morning, imperfect and uncertain as it feels right now, is already being carried by something steadier than my own fear. I trust that the same quiet strength that has gotten me through every other hard morning is here again, right now, whether I feel it yet or not. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this small, ordinary morning, which is really not ordinary at all, but a gift I almost let worry steal from me before it even began. Thank you for the people who love me, so even on the days I forget to notice them. Thank you for the roof over my head, the food I'll eat today, the body that, however tired, carried me out of bed and into this prayer. Thank you for still being here, still listening, still patient with a mind that doesn't always trust easily. I release the outcomes I cannot control, and I hold on to the ones I can. How I breathe, how I speak, how gently I treat myself when fear rises again before lunch. We give thanks together this morning, all of us listening. However scattered our lives, however different our worries, we trust that this pause was not wasted time, but exactly the medicine our hearts needed before the day demanded anything of us. Great light, go with us now as the day fully opens. Bless this morning and everyone in it. Bless the nervous heart about to walk into a hard meeting. Bless the parent about to hand their child to a world that feels too big and too fast. Bless the person sitting in a waiting room later today, and the one waiting for a phone to ring. Bless the tired ones, the frightened ones, the ones pretending they're fine when they're not. Let fear lose its grip, one slow breath at a time. Let peace be stronger than every worry that tries to rise before noon. Let this morning be the first of many where I choose stillness over spiraling, trust over dread, presence over the future I cannot see. Sacred presence, hold this day gently in your hands and hold me gently within it. Let peace, quiet and unshaken, walk out the door with me.